Hey, just a heads up, this video may contain some potentially triggering content that some may find disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised. Also, in order for this to stay up, I have to ask you not to harass anyone mentioned in this video. It's just unneeded and it only exacerbates the issue at hand. Thanks and enjoy the video. How goes it? Big Bad here. So, you might have heard of this new game that's been making the rounds recently. Marvel Rivals is a hero shooter set in the Marvel universe and published by NetEase. The game has been a huge critical and commercial success, reaching over 400,000 active users at its peak. All this hype around it, you might be wondering, Big Bad, why are you still playing Overwatch? Well, there's a good reason for that, but first I need to give you some backstory. For those who keep up with geopolitics, you might have remembered a couple of years back when people were protesting in support of Hong Kong becoming a sovereign nation. Now, I do not support the Chinese Communist Party under any circumstances, so the sovereignty of Hong Kong and its people is something I'm in complete support of. But what does this have to do with Marvel Rivals? Well, Marvel Rivals is developed and published by NetEase, which is a Chinese company. China is a communist country, and because of that, they have to comply with guidelines put in place by the CCP in order to not go against their socialist core values. Examples of things that go against socialist core values include, but are not limited to, imagery of bones and skeletons, depicting Chinese cities as active war zones, depicting Hong Kong, Tibet, or Taiwan as sovereign nations, as what the football match got banned for, by the way. They also banned anything that's critical of the Communist Party. Winnie the Pooh, of all things, got banned in China because people made memes saying he looked like Xi Jinping. As to be expected, this censorship extends to their video games as well. This was discovered by Twitter user Potnoodles Overwatch, so shout out to them. The tweet in question reads, "My Marvel Rivals review, Taiwan as a country." The image they attached then shows them attempting to type Taiwan as a country and free Hong Kong into the text chat of Marvel Rivals, and to be blocked from doing so due to it being inappropriate. Twitter user Master Dempsey quote retweeted the post, showing that they were also blocked from saying free Hong Kong. Potnoodles would later go on to state, "Those who complain about bringing politics into games, NetEase adding these chat restrictions, specifically surrounding the spread of negative information surrounding the PRC, as well as bringing politics into games." NetEase has also blocked references to the Tiananmen Square protests. They blocked the phrases June 4th in 1989, June 4th, 1989 being the date the Tiananmen Square massacre took place, which resulted in the death of at least 1,000 people. They've also blocked references to the LGBTQ community, something that the CCP is also vehemently against, because I guess the socialist value of equality is only there for show. Even under communism, we can't escape virtue signaling. So if you were hoping for Gwen Stacy to become a playable character, you might be out of luck. This is why I'm not playing Marvel Rivals. You might think that makes me a hypocrite since I'm still playing Overwatch, but I assure you that is not the case. Believe me, I was there when Blitzchung got banned from Hearthstone for supporting Hong Kong, and I was just as outraged as everyone else. I actually quit playing Overwatch because of that, and I only got back into it recently, in light of Blizzard's contract with NetEase expiring. On that note, I actually took the liberty of testing these slogans in Overwatch 2, and none of them got filtered out, which is pretty interesting as Overwatch was recently relaunched in China because Blizzard renewed their contract. So I'm assuming these slogans only get blocked if you're in China. There was no reason for Marvel Rivals not to implement a similar system and avoid this issue entirely. Now I've already made my mind up. I'm not going to play a game that censors criticism of an authoritarian regime. If you support Hong Kong and Taiwan, I would suggest you do the same. Quit the game, leave a negative review on Steam, get the word out, vote with your wallets, people. Anyway, that's all I have to say on this situation. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload.